What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. It bothers people when I roll my R's, doesn't it? It's brilliant. I love it. Welcome guys. Today we got our first 14 games of Foot Champs as explained in maybe the back end of this video, maybe the back end of the last video. I'm going to be segregating my Foot Champs games 14, 13, 13, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is a good mix, and finding a better way to fit Squad Battles games in. So for Squad Battles I'm going to be playing Friday's games on Thursday night, Saturday's first games on Friday night, the stroke of midnight when the clock ticks over. We're going to be doing the 8 games from Saturday. So when I get up, I'm going to refresh my games, save those 4 and the next 4 for after I finish my Foot Champs games on Saturday, and then also do Sunday's first set of games Saturday night. So I'll basically be playing 12 games of Squad Battles in a row. It's easy to manage like that, and then the last Squad Battles games late night Sunday as we end. That's the aim. So we're into Foot Champs. I've got some good games of Foot Champs for you guys here today. Some of the games I just didn't show any gameplay, just showed the team I came up against and the result at the end. You know, any formality games that I just win comfortably, where there's just 3 or 4 goals on a rage quit or something like that. There's no point in me showing that kind of stuff, So what I thought I'd do is show a little bit more of the whole move of goals and cut a lot of the celebrations out. I used to show the celebrations until the FIFA 18 sign came onto the screen, and that was where I transitioned into the next clip. But you'll see from these goals, what I'm actually showing now is less of the celebration and more of the build-up play, and potentially pretty much going to show you goals from where the ball turned over. So when I tackle the ball and where I tackle the ball, and then the clip going from there. I think that's a better way to show, just give you guys a little bit more depth of what I'm doing in game, because I know a lot of people like the gameplay. A lot of people don't like the gameplay. A lot of people like the gameplay. So I've got some comments, of course. The first one is from Warris Laney. Says, "Alright, Nepo. A lot of people seem disappointed by this promo, but I really do think the idea of more ones to watch cards is great. However, what really pees me off is the fact that EA haven't given us many SBCs where we can properly grind. For example, a guaranteed special PTG player would be great, just to grind and craft your way to potential better cards. I feel like that is what Ultimate Team is missing, the grafting element. Keep up the class videos, mate." Well, I mean, I agree. I think PTG is good. It could have been a little bit deeper. When they announced it as Path to Glory, I was like, this is going to be great. This is going to be something that is going to be a long-term, grindy kind of promo, and I was excited about that. What they essentially done is literally just released new ones to watch cards, just with different stipulations. The current ones to watch cards are based on transferred players that are under the age of 30 from last season. The new PTG cards are fringe international players that are trying to break into their national side. So I do like that element of things. I can't agree with you though in terms of where they say, for example, a guaranteed special PTG player would be great. There's 4 of them. Yes, not a pack, but there's literally 4 PTG players that you can grind for. It's not the hardest grind. It's only like 10, 12k per card, but you can grind for those cards. Some people don't have 10, 12k easily, and they do have to play a few extra Squad Battles games here or there to try and generate that revenue. But there are 4 there. I think what you're trying to say, and what I think FIFA is missing, and I agree with you in this sense that FIFA is quite kind of missing this, is something to grind for long term. And what I would like for that isn't necessarily an SBC, but community driven upgrades. By the way, the 3rd game we played there, I absolutely dominated this guy to a degree that I don't really beat people much by it. See how I've missed 12 shots? Look at where my shots are from. 24 shots, 12 on target, 61% possession, 85% pass accuracy, and I lost on penalties. I don't know how I lost that game, but hey, so be it. But what I would like to see is, for example, Alex Hunter. So if you get Alex Hunter from the Journey 2 and he's in your club, I wish EA would set events per week for the community to complete, and upon completion, Alex Hunter gets upgraded. So for example, week 1 is score a combined 2 million goals with Alex Hunter, and his shooting gets upgraded by 3. Week 2, get 1 million assists with Alex Hunter, and his passing gets upgraded by 4. Week 3, win 25,000 Division 1 titles with Alex Hunter in your squad, and he gets an overall boost of +2 across the board. Things like that, I think that would be fantastic. That's the sort of thing that I wish to see in terms of being able to grind things, you know. Because we have got grindy SBCs there. You've got the prime icons. I don't necessarily think a lot of them are value for money because of the way the market is, but you can grind them. They definitely give that opportunity for you. So yeah, I think PTG had a lot of opportunity. I think they had a lot of potential for it. And hey, we're only in day one. You know what I mean? We're a day after it. There's still a whole week to go. We don't know what they're going to throw up. Maybe they will throw an SBC that gives you a guaranteed PTG player, but they might just do it at the end of the week, so that people spend their money on packs right now rather than anything else. So you don't know where it's going or what's happening with that. So I like it. I think it's good. I think the new cards are great. I think they're low rated, which is good. They're easily packable. They'll be affordable. I think it is a good mix. And there was also another PTG comment says, "Hey Nep, do you think getting the Path to Glory cards are worth it? Barely any of the players are at a level where they play in the World Cup." It's not actually about the World Cup, funnily enough, morbidly OP. It's about it. They are literally ones to watch cards for a different reason. They're called Path to Glory cards because we're tracking their path to the World Cup. So, for example, Jermaine Defoe right now has a PTG SBC card. You can pick him up for 10k. If he gets an inform with Bournemouth, his PTG card will still be upgraded. They literally follow the exact same trend as ones to watch cards. They're just there for a different reason. So it doesn't matter if they don't do well internationally. It doesn't matter if they don't go to the World Cup. They can still get upgraded. And I think EA have done a good job of putting a lot of fan favourites in the PTG, like Defoe, like Renato Sanchez, like Sané. You know, they've put some good ones in there. And there was also a comment about Sané. Jeff Kaplan says, hey, Sané did get a PTG inform. If he wins Player of the Month, will his PTG get upgraded? I don't think so. In the promo information pack that they gave out, that's on their website, nowhere in the upgrade section does it state that they'll be upgraded through Player of the Month. They state Team of the Tournament, Informs, Man of the Matches, Hero Cards, Record Breakers, but no Player of the Month. So what will happen is the Sané, if Sané wins Player of the Month, of course, it might be someone else, it might be De Bruyne. I hope it's De Bruyne personally. But if Sané wins Player of the Month, what will happen is his Player of the Month card will be say an 84 rated card, but then his next inform will be an 85 rated card. So assuming he gets another inform throughout the whole year, that's when it will get upgraded above the Player of the Month card, which makes it really interesting because first of all, it means that his PTG card is going to be higher valued, but secondly, it means that his Player of the Month card is going to be lower valued because who the hell wants to buy a card that is already going to guarantee be outdone because of this PTG card, you know? So there's definitely some interesting opportunities there in terms of being able to trade him and so forth. Witto says, don't worry about the broken game mechanic in the new game you just bought. They'll fix it next year. Going back to what I was saying at the start of the last video about why EA don't fix small bugs that don't affect a general population. He says, BS, you're just kissing ass. They should fix the game now and encourage people to buy it next year instead of depending on the FIFA name for sales. You have no idea. Like, this is one of the top comments, which is why I'm bringing it up. I thought I explained myself pretty well last video. You have no idea how business works if that's your attitude. Forget that this is a video game. EA Sports and EA in general are a business, and they're not going to deploy time, money, and resources to fix an issue that affects such a minimal amount of people in their game, that doesn't stop people from playing the game, and detracts their team of development staff from building the next game to fix it. That's not me kissing butt or anything like that. That is just general business. This isn't an EA thing. This is a Modern Warfare thing. This is a Activision thing. This is a business thing. This is a McDonald's thing, a KFC thing. This is a JC Penney's, a John Lewis's thing. If John Lewis have got a bit of flooring in their back room that's got a hole in it, and their staff say, hey, there's a bit of hole in the floor there, and that's not good enough. You know, you can't have a hole in the floor. And if they then come around, now there's building regulations for these sort of things, but if John Lewis sit there and say, well, this bit of hole in the floor isn't affecting anyone, nobody can trip over it, it's not a health hazard, it doesn't affect anything, they're not going to be like, okay, actually, let's spend time and money fixing this hole in the floor when it's it goes against business sense to do so. I'm not sticking up for EA on this one. I want the bugs fixed. I want more out of this game. You think I like the kickoff glitch? You think I enjoy that? Of course I don't. You think I enjoy the glitches that come in this game? No. But what I do know is that EA are not going to send people, money and time to fix a minor issue. Major issues that impact everybody, and issues that are game breaking and cause people to walk away from this game, they will fix. And that's why I think that they are on board with looking at the kickoff issue. You know, Rob Hodgson a few weeks ago now tweeted out asking for some like video evidence of this. I don't know what they're doing with this, but this is something that's hit their radar. They're like, okay, this is something that's actually an issue. A lot of people are having trouble with this. We're going to have to fix this because this is causing people to stop playing this game. But people scoring directly from kickoff, that doesn't stop people from playing this game. You know, any other bug or broken game mechanic that comes in this game, disconnects. If you get a disconnect, you don't all of a sudden stop playing this game forever. You log straight back in and you carry on playing. So you're the problem. We're the problem. We're the problem because we keep buying this game and we keep saying to EA that, hey, even with these bugs, we're still going to buy your game, we're still going to fire FIFA points, and we're still going to put time in your game. Until that stops, they won't make them priorities for this iteration of the game, but they will have them on a priority list for the next iteration of the game. So yeah, you're going to have to wait till next year. And if you've got a problem with that, don't buy the game. Show them, like, hit them where it hurts, hit them in their wallets. Don't sit there and be like, I'll buy FIFA again because I really like a football game, but I hope that they fix the bugs this year, and then get angry when there's still issues with the game. And let's not be silly about things. FIFA isn't the only game with issues. Every game has bugs and glitches and exploits. Every game. EA Sports are no different to that. There's not a game out there, maybe Tetris or something, Mario. Even in Mario, I'm sure there's like glitches and stuff, but you get the point. Like, in terms of like competitive games, this isn't a me sticking up for EA thing. This is just a general business thing. Companies, big or small, in the gaming industry or outside of the gaming industry, will not spend resources fixing things that affect a minor population of their user base and that don't turn that minor population of their user base away from their game. Because, as I say, there's people on Reddit continuously complaining about this game, yet they still play it. So what incentive are you giving EA to fix it? And do I think that it should be on EA's shoulders to have these bugs out of the game anyway? Yes. But I also know that it's not as simple as a process of just fixing a bug. Because if they change one thing in the coding to fix the kickoff glitch, it might break the game somewhere else. So it has to go through a strenuous process of testing and rewriting code lines and changing like minor things in the game that could have the ripple effect impact on other things down the line. And it's not just as simple as fixing the kickoff glitch. You know, there's no let's just fix this. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a bigger issue than that. So the most logical thing to do is to say, okay, let's leave it as it is for now. We understand they're never going to publicly say this, but you know, I'm sure behind closed doors they're saying that let's leave it as now. We'll take some feedback from the community and we'll work on this to have this resolved for the next game. And that's what they'll do. Unless, of course, it does cause humongous problems. So, you know, telling me this is bullshit and I'm kissing butt and stuff, you can have that opinion if you want. But find me a company that fixes bugs immediately that aren't game breaking, and I'll be shocked. Yeah, there. Like I say, this has to. You know, you have to understand the context of what I'm saying as well. If it's a non-game breaking bug that's fixed immediately, I'll be very, very surprised. And that doesn't necessarily count for post one cycle games. So for like Call of Duty, for example, these are 3-year cycles because they have 3 development teams working on each individual iteration of it, right? But in terms of like yearly cycle games, yearly release games, which are mostly sports titles, you won't find this. Interestingly enough, there was news came out yesterday that FIFA is potentially not going to be a yearly game anymore, and it will be a subscription game, and you'll pay a fee per year, and that's when you'll see minor things changed at a more rapid pace, because they don't have to work on next year's iteration of the game, they just have to perfect this game that they have. And that is when I think FIFA will take a turn for the good in terms of the minor bugs that really annoy people. But don't get it twisted. Every time, I feel like people do this a lot. They take everything I say way out of context to suit the narrative of what they want to say. every time I say something positive about EA or defend EA, it's not because I'm paid to or because I'm scared I won't get invited to events. I don't even get invited to events. EA do nothing for me. They don't give me anything. I don't get anything, and I don't expect anything either. I know I had the legal troubles last year. I know I had the coin stuff the years before. I don't expect anything from EA. But don't sit there and try and act like the only thing I do is defend EA when I am the first person to call EA out on the things that I think are broken with this game. But just because I don't, just because my ideas of what's right and wrong in this game aren't in line with what your ideas are of what's right and wrong in this game, that doesn't mean that I'm just kissing EA's butt. That just means that we have a different opinion of what's important to fix and what's not important to fix in this game. Hopefully you can respect that that opinion. Harbin Duca says, "Hey Nep, do petite SBC." Never in a million years, dude. There are some SBCs that I will do, some Prime Icon SBCs, but petite is 1 million coins or so, I think. Let's go to the SBC. So Manuel Petit is 1.1 million coins for a guy who I could just buy Vieira instead and then sell him if I wanted to. Sure, you get some packs back, you might pack something good, but you've then locked yourself into an untradeable player worth 1 million coins. That's 1 million coins you're throwing away, you're giving away, and that you just can't get back. That, for me, is not worth it. I'd much rather have that 1 million coins in a tradable player or sat there in the bank and use that to buy a Team of the Year player or a Team of the Season player, or use that for a Prime Icon that is actually good enough to sit in my team for the rest of the year. And for those that say, you know, again, this is where people take things out of context. For those that say, oh, but you did Rui Costa. Well, I did Rui Costa for less than 300,000 coins. And Rui Costa is an icon that I will use to get a Prime Icon that will sit in my team for the rest of the year. So that is cheaper currently than any other outfield icon that you could potentially buy to put into one of those scenarios. On top of that, Rui Costa has actually been very, very good. Anthony CMJ says, so now that the information is public that bronze players on Ultimate get fouled easier, will you start doing it on squad battles? I don't know. If I can't get top 20 just from playing Legendary, then yeah, I will consider it. But I don't want to get top 100 by exploiting to that degree. I understand that in squad battles currently on Legendary, there are exploits there. You know, fake shot is an exploit. The low driven is an exploit. The corner trick is an exploit. I understand that. But the exploit to beat Ultimate is just so... It just... I don't feel like it's not rewarding. I wouldn't feel good about finishing in the top 100 by using it. And I feel good about being in the top 100 or top 20 or top 10 by using Legendary, because it requires skill to beat Legendary, because you're playing against the AI 11v11. But on Ultimate difficulty, you basically use an exploit to get them red cards. You then give them a corner, because the AI doesn't understand the difference between having red cards and not having red cards. Their entire team is then in your box. And as soon as you get possession of the ball, you're clean through on goal. There's no skill involved there, so it doesn't feel as rewarding as it would do by winning on Legendary. So I don't... I will do it. I will do it if EA show that they're not going to remove this one way or another. If EA, you know, are showing, hey... we're not banning people, and I don't think people should get banned, but if they don't change something with Ultimate, either removing Ultimate difficulty or changing the aggression for players in Ultimate, or changing the fact that maybe 2 red cards in Ultimate is the point where the game just gets forfeited and you have to replay it. Something like that would remove basically remove this this issue. So if they don't remove the issue and it becomes more and more common, I'm going to be forced to do it to keep up with other people in the top 100. I don't want that to be the case, but I will if I absolutely have to. So if there's a point in time where I can't get, say, top 50 by just playing Legendary, and it's just infested with people using this Ultimate AI exploit, that's when I will also take on the exploit and start doing it as well. But at the current stage, I'm in a good spot for at least top 20, potentially top 10 without it. This, guys, is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's go live. Okay, guys, so 13 games deep and, well, 14 games deep, actually, and we're in a good spot right now. First and foremost, guys, Squad Battles has refreshed. As you can see, I had an insane set for yesterday's games. Lots and lots of points, which is great. We're going to update our opponents right now. 4 manageable games again. 1, 2, and 3 I would expect 5 zeros out of. Number 4 might be a little bit more difficult, although it's not the best team, even though it's a 184. I'd hope for some good points here. What was really promising is that I'm still 9th after the refresh. So we've got three sets of games to go now for Saturday, 3 sets of games to go Sunday. And the way I'm going to do it, so that I can kind of manage my games better, because what I want to do in terms of Foot Champs, I want to do 13, 14, and 13, one way or another through the weekend. So Friday I played 14, Saturday 13, Sunday 13. The way I want to fit squad battles in is as follows. Thursday night as Midnight Strikes, play Friday's games. Friday night right now as Midnight Strikes, as it just has, play Saturday's first 4 games. When I wake up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wake up and refresh my game so that I've got the 4 new ones. The 8 AM to 4 PM slot is going to be there refreshed. And then after I finish my 13 Foot Champs games, I'm going to get my Squad Battles games in. So I only have to play 4 before midnight tomorrow to make sure I stay ahead of the curve. And then, of course, by Sunday at midnight, I have to make sure I played the final 8. So it's going to, hopefully, the idea is to go 4 right now, nothing all day tomorrow until the end from like 10 PM. And then from 10 PM onwards, play all 8 that I didn't do Saturday and 4 for Sunday's first set. And then play all my Foot Champs games Sunday, and then go and do Sunday night Squad Battles games from 10 PM onwards. So hopefully it's just more manageable to do it that way. I feel like it was a good time to stop on Foot Champs as well. You know, we're 13-1. Last week we were 16-1, and I collapsed. So honestly, I just fell apart because I didn't space my games properly. I put far too much pressure on myself. I didn't manage my Squad Battles games properly either. So this time we've done 14 games. I'm going to do 13 more tomorrow and 13 on Sunday. My aim again is just to get elite. If I can do better than that, great. But I felt the last sort of 4 or 5 games that we played, I was coming up against good players with super teams. The amount of Ronaldos, R9 Ronaldos, CR7 Ronaldos, Hullits, Vieiras that we've come up against this week is far more than any other week ever. So I'm in a real good spot here and I'm really happy with it. Lots of items have sold. I'm trying to sell a lot of stuff. You can see we're up to 507,000 coins. Now that, let me just flick through. Some of this I took losses on. You know, I tried to get rid of some of it. Some of it I made good profit on. But now that we're in top 100 for Squad Battles, and you know, top 20 is looking like the most realistic target, but maybe top 10. Who knows how this is going to go this weekend. If we do get top 20, you know, that 100k pack and those 250k packs, we might end up being able to pack one of those special new cards, and that will be great. But I thought, guys, to end off today's video, I went and built 3 2-player packs. Now, I don't necessarily think 2-player packs are golden or worth it too much, but we never do these on here, so I thought, you know, I've got so many items in my club. Yeah, this is about 10,000 coins that we're going to waste here, and we might get some good stuff out of it. If not, no big deal. In terms of the SBCs for the PTG, I am going to complete all 4 of these. The reason why is because all of them have good opportunities to get informs and special cards and upgrades throughout the year. And for about 10,000 coins per man, if EA ever do an SBC that requires these cards in, super cheap to complete, and they're good rated cards. So if they even get 1 or 2 upgrades, they're going to be high rated cards that will be good for SBCs. So I'm excited about that. So that's why I am going to do them, but I might wait until the last day, just because then the hype would have died down, the prices of the 82 and 83 rated players would have come down a lot, and I'll be able to maybe do them for a little bit cheaper. But as I said, guys, before we get out of here for today, 3 2 rare player gold packs. Let's go. Let's see what we can get. Can we get anything big? These ones, they're not always the greatest for me. We get a shine in the first one. Let's go. Who's that going to be? We're going to pick up Greek Centre. It's Manolas. That's sick. That's actually sick. That's a really good card to get. An 84 rated that we can use in SBCs. And a great player as well. So that's not a bad pull at all. Very, very happy with that. I think he's worth more than what I could have got for the actual card if I bought him. I think Manolas is worth about 6,000 to 7,000 coins right now. And that would have cost us less than that. So we've actually got more value for a player than doing 2 of these SBC packs at once. We get another board player. Let's go. EA gifting me today. It's going to... Modric. Perisic. That's all right again. Another 84. They're not even 83 rated players that we're picking up now. We get Ivan Perisic, who is a really good player to get. Not a walkout, but hey, 2 84s out of these 2 packs so far is solid. We also get Arnold. I'm happy with that again. 2 84s in terms of SBC requirements is massive for us to get out of these 2 rare gold players packs. And then last but not least, guys, our final 2 rare gold player pack. A third consecutive shine. Let's go. Who's it going to be this time? No. What are the odds? What are the odds? It's Manolas again. I don't really want to discard him. Maybe I'll do that thing where I get people to send me a game invite. Does that work still? Send me a game invite and I'll put him in an SBC, get one of those special cards now using an 84, or... That is rough. That's quite frustrating. I can't be bothered. I shouldn't have been lazy there, but I can't be bothered. So that's where we're at with that, guys. I ended up doing that. I am real tempted to open one of these promo packs, the 45k packs, but you just never know with those, you know. So I'm not going to waste my coins on that. Those 3 2-player packs, though, were super, super good. So I might do a few more of those before these special cards go out of packs. This, for the time being, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.